Ew, what is this one piece?
Stinky.
Whoop, 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 Brady. Hey guys, it's me Sylvia, back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing a full face makeup tutorial, one brand makeup tutorial. You guys have been requesting I do a full face of Colourpop for so long, and I'm very familiar with Colourpop. I love their products. So today we are gonna do the full face Colourpop, but I'm gonna be using my absolute favorites from them and talking to you guys about the must-haves from this brand because I like wholeheartedly love Colourpop. Also for this video, Colourpop is teaming up with me to give you guys a 20% off discount code for a whole week, which is amazing because I mean, it's so affordable already. To get 20% off of that is like, honey, we're paying chump change for makeup, which is a blessing. So thank you to the Colourpop team for that. They're honestly so good with influencers and they're just a great team to be working with. So huge thank you to them for the discount code, you guys. Basically, all of my favorites are gonna be on a landing page, so you guys can click the link in the description to check that out. You'll be able to see all the favorites there and you can get that discount. Also, oh, how cute is this? I created this really, really cute makeup bag with them. It says contents, my face. I'm so funny, I'm so funny. And then it has my cute little logo here and my name, which you can't really see. Can you see now? There we go, right there. They're gonna actually put a bundle of a bunch of the favorites that you're gonna get with the bag. And just a little extra something if you're gonna get a bunch of the stuff anyway. I'm gonna show you guys how to get this look right here using all my favorites from them. So without further ado, let's get into the makeup tutorial. So I already started with my foundation because Colourpop does not have any foundations, unfortunately. I feel like they're headed in that direction though, because they already have a really bomb concealer. So you know your girl's gonna be all over that when they come out with the foundation. But until then, moving on to brows. My favorite from them is the pencil that they have. They also have a brow pomade. You guys know that I like to use the really precise thin tip brow pencils, and this is definitely one of my top 3 brow pencils of like all time. I'm sure you've seen me use it in videos. I use the shade Honey Blonde. They're so creamy and pigmented, like I barely have to press down. Because the formula is like that, it really makes it so you can imitate little brow hairs really, really easily because you're not pressing hard, you know, so it lets you get that really like wispy hair-like strokes. Because it's such a nice precise tip, you can really get in between your brow hairs without it looking too blocky. Because it's such a like soft creamy formula, it makes it especially nice for beginners because it's not like a permanent thing if you mess up and you like put too much. You can just kind of blend it in or blend it away with your finger and then fix your mistake. For the price, it still beats like all of those affordable drugstore ones in quality and price, I'm pretty sure, because it's only like $6 or even cheaper now that you have the 20% off. So first I create the line on the bottom of my brow. I create the shape I want my brow to be. The pencil just glides right along my brow hairs there, and then I do the same thing at the top, but instead of a straight line, I'll kind of do little wispy strokes. I don't want it to be as harsh on the top, and then I'll fill in the brow and the sparse areas. And it has a spoolie brush on the tip that is so helpful for blending the product in. So you got the brush and the pencil all in one, which honestly I think all brow pencils should be like that now. It's more convenient. So moving on to eyes, I already primed my lids, but we're gonna talk about my all-time favorite Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. This was very difficult to narrow down just because they have some really great palettes, you guys, and the quality of their eyeshadows is A1. You would never guess it's so affordable because of how great these eyeshadows actually are. Like, it's crazy. I'm gonna show you guys my 4 go-to like fave palettes, and then we'll use one of them to create a look. For like neutral, warm toned colors, your go-to everyday palette is one of these guys right here. Like, look at these palettes together, and there you have like all of the neutral toned, warm toned colors that you could want or need to create a glam neutral eye, a natural neutral eye. Like, these shades are gorgeous. So I've talked about I Think I Love You a few times on my channel because this is really a perfect go-to natural glam palette for me. This one's kind of untouched. I think I use the other one more because I keep one in LA and I keep one in Canada. But check out these shades. It has the Essential Matte, a nice nude kind of bone shade for a brow bone highlight or cleaning up your lid. Essential Black shade, perfect transition shade, perfect crease color, and then all of these shimmers are like the perfect metals, you know? You got gold, copper, bronze, like a rose goldish color here. But then the second one here is also a neutral palette, but it has mostly mattes in it. And this palette is called the Double Entendre palette. Can't pronounce anything. If I'm reaching for mattes, mostly I'll go for this. And then this palette is called You Had Me at Hello. It is a gorgeous palette with cooler tones. So if you still want a neutral eye, and you want neutral glam, but you like more cool tone shadows, then you'd probably prefer this palette. You've got the perfect like silverish glitter shade here. This purple is beautiful, and you've still got everything you need to create a look. You have a deeper color, you have the transition shades, crease color, and all the shimmers. So this is another perfect palette from them. It just depends on like what kind of tone shadows I'm going for. And the last palette is all about the sparkle. This one's called Golden State of Mind, and it has only super high shine, glittery sparkle shimmers in here. Like, look at the light reflecting off that. So this palette, it's got all the jewels. Anytime you need to add a little bit of extra glam to your eye, you want more shimmer, more of a metallic look, and this palette would be perfect for that. So all four of these palettes are bomb. They each have something different to offer, from warm tone neutrals to cool tone neutrals to just mattes to just shimmers. So if I had to pick only 4 palettes to have for the rest of my life from Colourpop, then it would be these 4. So for the eye look today, I'm gonna try and recreate what I had going on in my last video. You guys really liked it, so we're gonna do the faux freckles and everything using just the double Entendre palette. Someone tell me how to pronounce that. Am I doing it right? I'm gonna use this shade right here called Flasher, and I am going to highlight the brow bone with that. It's like this perfect beige color, you know, so I love this for a brow bone highlight. I'm gonna take this kind of rusty orange shade called Hard. I am gonna dust that all over the lid. This is gonna be a one lid color look. It's so simple, but so cute, quick and easy to do. So as there's less and less product on my brush, I'll move up and start to blend that crease. And then I'm gonna just slowly work towards like flicking that eyeshadow outwards because I want to elongate my eye. Let's move on to using this deeper brown shade called Keep It PG, and we're gonna create a smoked out wing. So first I'm gonna just use like an angled brush to create the wing. And then I'm gonna use a fluffier pencil brush to blend it out. The wing is smoked out, but I'm gonna deepen it up just a little bit closer to the lash line using the black from the I Think I Love You palette. This is such an intense, deep black. It's so rich. Sometimes, you know, when you use a black eyeshadow, it can be like a little bit more of like a charcoal, grayish black. No, this one is pitch black. So whenever I need a black, I always just reach for this entire palette. It's the only one with a black that I like. Then I'm gonna take the orange shade again, and we're gonna smoke out the lower lash line. And I'm gonna take that black shadow and connect the wing to my lower lash line. So done with eyeshadows. Next up, I need to talk to you guys about the Colourpop Supernova shadows. I made a video kind of showing how this is a really good dupe to the Stila glitter shadows. They just add that glam factor to any eye look. It's like literally putting liquid metal on your eyelids. I feel like even if you don't know how to do like a crazy dramatic glam eye, if you just throw this on top and kind of blend it out with an eyeshadow brush, it's gonna look like you know what you're doing, because it's just like so beautiful. A little bit of this on the inner corner. I wasn't wearing this in my last video at all. I just left the eye how it is here, but I wanted to show you guys this because it's one of my favorites. This is the shade Walk of Fame, but they have a bunch of different shades, and I love them all. I use them all just depending on whatever eye look I'm doing. So now that my eyes are done, let's use their concealer, which is another favorite of mine. I talked about this in my all-time favorite like drugstore products makeup tutorial. So this is like my #1 favorite affordable concealer. It's full coverage that I love. Covers up all that discoloration, darkness under my eyes, all of that so easily without using a color corrector or anything beforehand. And this one is in the shade Beige. It's honestly like a more hydrating Shape Tape to me, which is why I'm like so obsessed with it. Like it has that full coverage effect, but it's more of like a satin finish. That's the main difference between those two. There you go. So it's completely applied. You can see how it brightened my under eye. It completely covered up any of that discoloration, and it just made my under eye look so flawless. So not only is this like a favorite of mine of Colourpop's, but it's a favorite of mine like of affordable concealers. It comes out on top for sure for me. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I get faux freckles, and we're gonna use the same eyeshadow palette that I used on my eyelids, the double Entendre palette. What I have been doing is using one of these textured sponges that I got from like the local dance store that sells special effects makeup. It's like so cheap. Because it has these like textures and stuff in it, you're gonna be able to create that faux freckle look so much faster, and it actually makes them look more realistic. I'm gonna kind of use it as a stamp and just press that into the darkest eyeshadow in this palette. So now I'm gonna just push and stamp it on where I want those freckles, and that's what it gives you. Next time I stamp it in, now I'm gonna mix with this shade right here. The same thing for the other side, and then I'll kind of just press all over where I would want the faux freckles. Now to make it even more more realistic, we're gonna use the Colourpop brow pencil. I'm gonna randomly place this like in different areas. I have a natural beauty mark right there, so I'll put one there. I have a pimple here, I'll place it there. And I'll just slowly push down and twist to create a little bit bigger freckles because natural freckles are usually different sizes. Okay, so one of the OG highlights from them that I had to mention is Lunch Money. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. It is so popular, and that is because it's so good. So this is one of their like original kind of Super Shock cheek formulas. So it's very like squishy, kind of reminds me of putty. It's so blinding. It's very subtle, small pieces of glitter in it. It's more just like for a naturally like sweaty lit looking glow, you know, if that makes sense. Versus something like this, which is their Luster Dust, and I am obsessed with these. I was swatching them in my Insta stories when I first got them. I think it's a newer product from them, but I'm still obsessed, so I had to talk about it. This is a highlight too, but it's more of like a very glittery like fairy dust. Lunch Money's got more color to it. This one is more of just like a light dust of glitter basically. So this is just with Lunch Money on, and then this is with Lunch Money and the Luster Dust here. They're both crazy intense, but the Luster Dust just like adds that sparkle and that glitter to it that literally makes you feel like a unicorn. Only I had to just include one more item for highlight, and that is the Innuendo palette. It's like innuendo, get it? They have really cute names for everything, by the way. But this palette is great because it literally has like every tone of highlight that you could want. If you want a more golden glow, you can use the gold. Cooler tone glows if you want like a moonlit glow. It's also great if you're like a freelance makeup artist, you know, because you have shades basically that can work for every skin tone. Formula is great of these. I would compare the formula of this to be more like Lunch Money in that it's more of like a finely milled powder instead of having a bunch of dusty glitter. All blinding, just the same. Definitely a favorite of mine from Colourpop, comparable to the Anastasia highlight kits. But for much cheaper. Moving on to blush. Colourpop has some really great blushes. So my all-time favorite from them are Too Lip to Quit, so cute, and To the 10. This one's more of like a very neutral, almost like bronzer type of blush. And this one's a little bit more pink, but it's still very muted, you know? I'm gonna use Too Lip to Quit. It has the perfect amount of like pigment to it. It adds just enough color that it's easy to work with. It's not like so much so that it's hard to blend out. It's very soft, and you can always get like a very natural looking application. Usually I only keep my blush like in this area here, but I'm gonna actually bring it up where I put those faux freckles all around the nose with whatever's left on my brush and down to the other side. That's gonna make it look like we were out in the sun, you know. I actually forgot I want to put that Luster Dust on my inner corner. It's perfect for that because it's so intense and glittery. This Luster Dust is just like really versatile. You can use it for so many different things, you know. I like to use it on my body too, to like highlight my shoulders. And then when you wet it like this, it kind of performs like an eyeshadow. It has a lot more color to it. So moving on to lips, Colourpop has so many lip products that I love, but I had to like narrow it down. Probably the one that I wear the most is Baracuda. I've worn it in countless Instagram pictures. It's like this deep berry color. I love it. It is gorgeous. And then I also really like Flurries. This is in their Ultra Matte lip formula. Long wearing, gonna stay put. And this is more of like a dusty rose color, which is very feminine, very pretty. I love this shade. And then this is one of their metallic lip glosses. It's called Tight Fit. It is so gorgeous. It really reflects the light and just makes your lips look extra big, extra juicy. And it's like the perfect nude kind of beige pinkish color for me. And I can wear on top of other lip products or alone. I feel like it looks good no matter what. So this is how the lip gloss looks alone. It is so pretty. So this completes the final look using all of my favorites from Colourpop, or at least some of my favorites. Honestly, it wasn't all of them. Make sure you're checking out the link in the description to go to the landing page where you can see all my favorites, and make sure to send me pictures or screenshots of your new goodies from Colourpop. I want to see what favorites of mine you guys picked up, and I'll make sure to follow and DM a bunch of you that are doing that. And that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to use the discount code when you're at checkout, because so many times I forget to type in a discount code, so you don't want that to happen to you. Save your money. Check out these other videos of mine if you haven't seen them yet, and then of course subscribe before you go if you're not yet subscribed by clicking this button right here. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah. Bye.